So, Caitlin Clark is a photographer now, it seems. Shout out to the new Fever admin, doing a much better job than the last Fever admin. Unless it's the same person who suddenly got better at their job. This is obviously the Fever posting this specific one. But yeah, Tyrese Halliburton looking. Tyrese Halliburton looking over and seeing Kane. He's like, oh, really?
The
Really?
arena air crackles with an electric, jagged tension as Caitlin Clark trades her jersey for a professional lens, a move that sent a seismic shockwave through every American living room and digital feed. To the casual observer, it was a charming off-season diversion, but for the true believers of the W, this was a high-stakes masterclass in atmospheric synergy that left knuckles white and hearts pounding. The Indiana Pacers didn't just hand over a camera. They ignited a sophisticated, calculated revolution in sports partnership that transforms every Laker-Pacer hardwood squeak into a thunderclap of institutional respect. As fans lean forward in a delicious, agonizing limbo of discovery, this single, transcendent moment serves as a haunting. What if, for every other franchise, ruthlessly exposing the thin veneer of those who only claim to support their sisters?
Hilarious. Apparently, Caitlin Clark. The Pacers are letting her take pictures on the sideline, but apparently, you if you're going to do what she's doing, you have to wear the vest, which is hilarious. And if you guys agree, this is cool. Subscribe. We are trying to hit. Well, we were trying to hit 57,800 by the end of the day. We're not going to do that. We have currently lost 8 subscribers in the last hour. We can get to 57,775. That's
The
all we need to do.
baseline thrums with an electric, jagged intensity as Caitlin Clark claims her territory, her jewelry line's logo glinting off professional glass like a silent, high-stakes declaration of power. In an arena where LeBron James usually commands a gravitational pull, the Indiana Pacers orchestrated a breathtaking, calculated shift that left Tyrese Halliburton and an entire nation of fans in a state of wide-eyed, heart-pounding disbelief. This wasn't just a seat. It was a transcendent handover of elite, coveted access that veteran photographers spent a lifetime chasing, now captured in a single, pulsing nerve ending of institutional respect. As the images flooded every digital feed, the emotional weight of this atmospheric synergy hit like a thunderclap, forcing every American spectator to lean forward into the agonizingly beautiful realization that the W didn't just arrive at the Lakers' house. It owned the lens, the light, and the legacy of the entire night.
I didn't realize the NBA had changed their logo. I thought it was an NBA logo. Or changed their Twitter picture. That being said, like, it is a very, very big thing. It is a very big thing seeing what you call it, seeing Caitlin Clark and seeing, the NBA still pushing Caitlin Clark, which is really important. That is a really important thing. I was going to see the actual NBA page. Can we see if the actual NBA page posted
The
anything
air
about
in the
it?
field house thickens with collective, jag breath as the realization sinks in. This isn't just about Herb Simon's name on 2 different checks, but a single, pulsing nerve ending of institutional identity. Across the United States, fans of the Suns, Mercury, Nets, and Liberty are left in a state of wide-eyed, heart-pounding disbelief, watching Indiana achieve a high-stakes emotional collision that other shared city franchises have only ever whispered about. It's a beautiful, chaotic symphony of branding where the hardwood squeak of a Pacers fast break and the thunderclap of a Fever game winner carry the exact same weight in the city's desperation for greatness. As every American spectator leans forward, knuckles white, they are caught in that delicious, agonizing limbo of discovery, witnessing a transcendent partnership that finally stops treating the WNBA as a secondary, what if, and starts honoring both teams as the heart and soul of the very same
Transcends team
legacy.
loyalty.
For at a game, which is good to see. And yes, the Lakers are up 22 points. And Luka Doncic has 21 points in 12 minutes. Fucking hell. That man is a joke. That man is a joke. I'm not going to lie. He's a joke. But Caitlin Clark obviously getting to see the player. She says she models her game on with is that a bag? Or is that something for photographers to like sit on? Branded with Caitlin Clark jewels. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool.
The arena air thickens
here's-
with collective, jag breath as Indiana achieves the impossible. transforming thousands of strangers into a single, pulsing nerve ending where fever sellouts now mirror the Pacers' own high-stakes rhythm. Across the United States, fans watch in wide-eyed, heart-pounding disbelief as Gamebridge Fieldhouse stays packed to the rafters, refusing to let the WNBA fight for scraps, even while an NBA Finals run charges the city with electric static. This isn't just a fluke of the market. It's a beautiful, chaotic symphony of culture where a high school girl's jump shot carries the weight of a thunderclap, often drowning out the boys' game in a defiance of the national what-if. As the legacy of Tamika Catchings hangs in the rafters, every American spectator leans forward, knuckles white, sensing the agonizingly delicious rise of Caitlin Clark into a transcendent atmosphere where women's basketball isn't just a secondary event. It is the soul of the city's desperation.
But yeah, it's a very all-around interesting thing, and I think it's cool. I think it's just cool. It's cool in general seeing Caitlin Clark be in this position. It's cool that the Pacers, I do feel like the Pacers are doing it well, because I've said this from the start, is they are the one team, in my opinion, that treat their WNBA team as equals. As in, not even as equals, as in like Indiana, it's the one where it's like the WNBA and the NBA team both sell out arenas. Like, when the Pacers were in
the
in
arena
finals,
air crackles with an electric, jagged intensity as the Pacers bridge the traditional divide, transforming two separate franchises into a single, pulsing nerve ending of Midwestern identity. Across the United States, fans watch in heart-pounding disbelief as Indiana shatters the what-if of crossover marketing, weaving fever stars into the very fabric of NBA social feeds until every hardwood squeak carries the weight of a shared city's desperation. This isn't just a courtesy. It's a high-stakes emotional collision where the sight of Pacers players courtside at the W creates a beautiful, chaotic symphony of institutional respect. As the fever ignited transcended, historic surge to lead the league in attendance, drawing over 20,000 screaming souls into a thunderclap of noise, the message to the rest of the country is agonizingly clear. When you stop fighting for scraps and start building a unified legacy, a WNBA team can command an NBA-level atmosphere that leaves every white-knuckled spectator
actually show up
breathless.
to Fever games. You're seeing there be a link, and it does help as well that Herb Simon owns both the teams. I'm surprised there's not more maybe between the Liberty and stuff, but at the same time, quite a lot of Fever players stay in market during the off-season. That's something else as well, is that it seems like, as well, it seems the Pacers players, some of them stay in market. It seems a few of the Fever players are staying in market, and that's a big one. Like, that is an important thing to see from that perspective, and I do.
The arena
like
air thickens with a collective jag breath as the traditional WNBA exodus is replaced by a defiant, heart-pounding stillness. Fever players are choosing to stay in Indianapolis. Across the United States, fans of the W know the agonizing what of the off-season, where the weight of low pay usually forces icons to vanish overseas the moment the final buzzer sounds, leaving their home cities in a state of cold, electric static. This isn't just a housing arrangement. It's a high-stakes emotional collision where the Indiana organization has finally shattered the cycle of desperation by treating these women as a year-round pulse, not just a seasonal distraction. As knuckles white with anticipation, every American spectator leans forward into this beautiful, chaotic symphony of institutional respect, realizing that when a franchise truly honors a player's worth, the city becomes more than a workplace. It becomes a transcendent, permanent legacy that leaves the rest of the league
team. I
breathless.
like the way the Fever, or Herb Simon's got the Fever linking with the NBA team, and obviously, look, none of this happens without Caitlin Clark. Like, yes, there was a time when in Indiana where women's basketball was huge. Yes, Tamika Catchings played for the Indiana Fever. No question about that. Like, Caitlin Clark's got a lot to do. And by a lot to do, she's got to win a title. She's got to win a title to be the best player in Indiana Fever history. Like, you've got to overtake Tamika Catchings. And it's going to be hard to do if the front office stays borderline competent. They posted a thing today being like, happy birthday. Was it like a happy birthday? Or was it happy birthday? It was
The
just
arena
showing off.
air in Phoenix turns into a jagged, heavy static as the electric promise of Matt Ishbia's dual ownership dissolves into a high-stakes emotional disconnect, leaving the storied Mercury in a state of heart-pounding isolation. Across the United States, Fans watch with white-knuckled disbelief as the transcendent legacies of Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi are left to flicker in a beautiful, chaotic symphony of neglect. Despite a 5-31 season that carried the crushing weight of the city's desperation. This isn't the unified pulse of Indiana. It's a cold, agonizing what-if where Suns players remain ghostly absences at Mercury tip-offs, exposing a void where a single, pulsing nerve ending of integrated marketing should be. As every American spectator leans forward, the silence from the baseline hits like a thunderclap, revealing the devastating reality of two world-class organizations trapped in a delicious, agonizing limbo of missed potential, treated as mere line items instead of the heart and soul of a shared basketball legacy.
The front office is like, you have a scout? What, this is news? This is news to all of us. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But I do have to say that the Pacers are doing a good job. I think the Pacers are doing a really, really good job in general with how they're promoting the Fever. And I don't even know if is it just Pacers? What is the total? Well, I don't even know. There's like a blanket name for all of them. I don't know what, but it's like whatever the ownership is, like promoting
the arena
all of
air
it.
thickens with a collective jag breath as a $200 million media revolution looms, transforming every American living room into a single, pulsing nerve ending of high-stakes anticipation. While expansion fees skyrocket to $50 million, the Indiana Pacers have bypassed the what-if of uncertainty by weaving the Fever into a beautiful, chaotic symphony of institutional quality, proving that a WNBA team is a soaring opportunity rather than a charitable burden. Across the United States, fans watch with white-knuckled disbelief.
But you're not seeing it again with the Mystics and the Wizards are different owners. The Nets and the Nets are the same owners as the Liberty. Maybe you'll see it more. And to be fair, Pods was the unofficial mascot in the Valkyries last year. But Pods' reputation's gone down so bad that if he tries to do the shit that he did last year with the Valks, people are just going to have none of it. People were already having none of it last year. People are definitely going to have none of it this year. But clearly leading the way in terms of that are the Indiana franchises. So yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Here's what lens. Not as a PR stunt, but as a transcendent declaration of a brand where a Tyrese Halliburton crossover and a Clark Logo 3 carry the exact same weight in a city's desperation for greatness. This isn't just about the electric static of a sold-out Gamebridge Fieldhouse. It's a ruthless exposure of every other franchise that treats its sisters in the game like a side project, ignoring the heart-pounding reality that professional scouting and authentic investment are the only paths to a legacy that surpasses even the legendary Tamika Catchings. As the hardwood squeak of this integrated masterclass echoes like a thunderclap, every white-knuckled spectator is left in a delicious, agonizing limbo, forced to wonder if the rest of the league will finally wake up to this atmospheric synergy or continue to let the most valuable partnership in sports history slip through their fingers.